Assalamu alaikum students, your instructor Abdul Rafi here. So today we are going to solve the most recent paper of Statistics Pearson Edexcel of January 2023. That is the paper, just recent paper, January 2023, WST01. That is the International Advanced Level Pearson Edexcel Statistics 1. Let's start with question number 1, and the video will be in two parts. So question number 6 questions are there, 1, 2, 3 and now, and 4, 5, 6 bit later. Okay, so question number 1 is talked about the representation of data in which we have histogram. So we have to deal with the representation of data question first. So let's start and let's get the formulas right and get the correct marks. Okay, so here we go. The histogram shows the times taken t minutes by each of 100 people to swim 500 meters. Okay, the histogram is showing the time taken t minutes by each of the 100 people to swim 500 meters. We have to use the histogram to complete the frequency table for the time taken by the 100 people to swim the 500 meters. Okay, so let's first understand how the data is given, and I've read the question in front of you. So we have been given frequency density, which means, sir, the class width is not same. As we can see, there is 5 to 10 minutes, then 10 to 14 minutes, and it's a continuous data. Students should understand this. It should be a continuous data. Time can be in decimals as well. So 14 to 18, 18 to 25. So the class width is 100% not same. That is why frequency density will come in. So first, for 1 mark, we have to complete the table. So without wasting time, let's quickly complete the table. What is the formula, sir? The formula is very straightforward, simple, sir. That frequency density is equals to frequency divided by class width. Okay, students, so we say that frequency density is basically equals to frequency divided by class width. So here we go. First, we'll find out what is the axis. Okay, students need to understand that you need to make that what are the axes here. Okay, so the axis here, here and here. Okay, so we can see that the first one is done for us. So the frequency is 10 and the class width is basically 5. Okay, 5 between the difference between the bars, the interval is called the class width. So 5 to 10 is 5. So 5 divided by 10 divided by 5 is going to be 2, sir. So here you go. This is 2. This is going to be 4, sir. This is going to be 6. This is going to be 8, students. And here we go. That is the frequency density, 2, 4, 6 and 8. We got the frequency density as 2 and class width is 5. So we need to understand that in order to complete this, let's come on quickly to this one, that is 18 to 25. So when we come back to 18 to 25, make sure follow the diagram. So 18 is this, 18 to 25. So you can definitely say that, sir, frequency density is how much, sir? Frequency density is 5. So you put frequency density 5 here. You know the frequency, right? You don't know the frequency. Okay, sir, so we have to find the frequency. But you know what is the class width, right? So the difference between them is the class width. So 7, 25 minus 18 is 7. So 7 is the class width. So it's going to be, sir, frequency is going to be 5 7s are 35. Okay, students. So that's the answer for the first one. And you'll get 0.5 marks for this. 5 7s are 35 will give us the frequency, students. So here we go. 35 is the frequency there. Okay, next will be the next one. So 25 to 40. So you understand it's very simple again. The frequency density is 1, sir. Okay, students. So frequency density is 1. Multiply by the class width, that is 25 to 40 is 15. 15 times 1 is going to be the frequency, sir. So this from just have to apply the formula, students, and everything will work out itself. Okay, so 35 and 15, we got that as the frequency. Okay, so hope everyone got it. That's how you're going to get your 1 mark, students. So 1 mark is done. Next thing is part B. Again, for 2 marks, you have to estimate the number. Okay, part B is that, sir, we'll have to estimate the number of people who took less than 16 minutes to swim 500 meters. Okay, so you have to estimate. Okay, so there's an estimation to be done there, and you have to estimate the number of people who took less than 16 minutes to swim 500 meters. So you need to understand 16 will be coming somewhere here. Okay, so that's how you're going to do. Follow the colors. Okay, everything is to be done on the histogram, so make sure do it properly. So how will you get it? That 16 will be 14 is here, 16 will be here, sir. Okay, 16, 17, 8, this will be 15 is here, so 16 will be here, students. Okay, so 16 will be here because 15 is just above and 18 is ending here, so 16 will be here. So you need to, this is 18. Okay, this highlighter, students, is 18. Okay, I'll zoom out now. So you have to get the rectangle area to get the frequency, that how many peoples are there. So here we go, this will be one box and these will be other red boxes that you have to count who took less than 16 minutes. So just have to count the boxes. Okay, so let's do part B on the next page. Okay, students, so it's going to be, sir, part B, you're going to say that number of people, or you start working directly by saying that frequency 2 times 5, the class width, so it will be 2 times 5, or you already have this, so don't have to do this. It will be, sir, 10 plus 16. Okay, already there, that there will be 10 plus 16 people, so there will be, sir, 10 plus 16. You are going to write that, sir, 10 plus 16 people. Okay, and the last one, you will have to work it out by saying that the class width is 2 and frequency density is 6, so 6 times 2 is 12. Okay, 14 to 16 is 2 difference, right? So 2 times 6 is 12, so you're going to mention that, sir. So it's going to be 10 plus 16 plus 12, that is going to be 16, 26, 36 and 38. Okay, so 38 is the answer. Make sure write it properly, that there are, sir, 38 number of people who took less than 16 minutes to swim 500 meters. Okay, so there are, sir, 38 people who took less than 16 minutes to swim 500 meters. Okay, to swim 500 meters, with which are, you got 2 more marks, students. So this is our answer for part B, that is 38 people is the answer. Moving forward, next part we'll talk about what is the next part says. Sir, next part is asking you to find out the mean. Okay, so mean is also not a big problem, not issue, it's just formula based. So you have to find an estimate for the mean time taken to swim 500 meters. Make sure, be careful, how will you find mean for this? Is a continuous data, so mean will be a bit different for this. Okay, so let's do it here, part C as well. Here we go, sir, starting part C by saying that we have to find an estimate for the mean time taken. So you need to understand the mean formula for this is basically that you do the summation of the frequency multiplied by the midpoint of the x value, okay, and divided by the total frequency. Okay, so the mean formula, I'll write it down. First thing will be to write down the mean formula. So it will be mean is equals to summation of frequency, that is going to multiply with t mid value, okay, t midpoint, okay, divided by the summation of frequency, that is just the mean formula. Okay, students, so already you know, sir, that we can find out frequency quickly. Summation of frequency, you add all the frequencies quickly, so it must be given as well. There are 100 people and you can check as well 100 people by adding them. So it will be 10 plus 16, just adding them, 10 plus 16 plus 24 plus 35 plus 15. Okay, so it's going to be 35 plus 15, 50, 50 plus 24 plus 16 plus 10. So 100 people are there. That's the summation of frequency. Now, how will you get the frequency times the mid value of the t and then summation of them? So let's work it out, that, students. So between 5 and 10 you will have the midpoint as 7.5. I'll write it down. 10 to 14 you will have the midpoint as 12, students. 14 to 18, sir, I will have the midpoint as 16. 18 to 25, the midpoint will be, sir, 21.5. okay, make sure do it properly, clearly. And then 25 to 40 will be, sir, the midpoint will be 32.5. okay, if students are not getting how to find midpoint, it's basically adding the two intervals, the bounds, adding the two limits and dividing by 2. So 25 plus 42 divided by 2. Let me do just one for you so everyone get it. So if anyone is struggling with this as well, so they understand how I got 32.5. Similarly, same 18 plus 25 divided by 2, you got the values. And now just multiply, okay, students. So frequency times that, so 10 into 7.5, sir. Then added, again add addition, remaining frequency 16 into 12, sir. Okay, students, hope everyone is getting this. 16 into 12. Then you have, sir, 24 into 16. Frequency times the time, okay, 35 times 21.5. and the last one will be, sir, 15 times 13.5, 32.5. Okay, 15 times 32.5. So that will be the last one. Here you go, students. The summation of frequency T will be coming as, let's quickly do 10 into, make sure you have calculator to do this thing, okay, and do it very carefully because students usually make calculation errors here. So here we go, sir. It will be this thing multiplied by this thing, and I got it as 1891, which is correct. And the mean will be, sir, 1891 divided by 100. So we got that as 1891 divided by 100. So I got it as 18.91 minutes is the mean. Okay, 18.91. Find an estimate for the mean time taken. So 18.91 minutes is the mean time. Okay, students, that should be your answer to swim 500 meters. That's the average time. So we have done part C as well, students. Any questions up till now can be asked in the comment section. Moving forward, students, we have been given part D as well, that we have to find an estimate for the standard deviation of the times taken to swim 500 meters. Okay, so we have to find the estimate for standard deviation for only 2 marks, but we have been eased the concept that we have been given the summation of ft square, that is 41,033, to make the workings easy. So first thing, students need to understand that you cannot find directly the standard deviation. First you will have to find the variance. Okay, so first we are going to find the variance, and square root of variance is standard deviation, students. So variance is basically summation of, let's write down the formula first, summation of ft square. So it will be the summation of ft square divided by the n, that is the, or that is divided by the summation of frequency, minus the mean. Okay, so minus the mean square, or you can say that summation of ft divided by summation of square, or basically the mean square. You'll have to subtract the mean square, students, and ft square. Okay, so let's just put the formula for the variance, sir. So we already know the value of summation of ft square. That is going to be, sir, 41,033. So 41,033 divided by, students, 100, and you have minus the mean, that is 18.91, directly the square. So whatever the answer you get, that is going to be, sir, standard deviation, that is going to be, sir, variance. Okay, my bad, it's going to be variance, sir. So it's coming as 52.7419 as the answer of the variance. And for standard deviation, sir, you can just simply do the square root of this. Make sure standard deviation doesn't have itself any formula. It's just the square root of the variance. So that is the official concept. So square root of this answer gives me 7.26, round off to 2 decimal places. So we can say that 7.3, 1 decimal place, is the final answer. And that is how we get the standard deviation as well, students, for part D. Okay, hope everyone got this. Question number 1, part D is done. That is 7.3 is the answer for the standard deviation. Moving forward, students, the last part, part E of this question, says that given that quartile number 3 is given, that is the upper quartile given as 23, students, we have to use linear interpolation to estimate the interquartile range of the time taken to swim 500 meters. So sir, it's very simple, that interquartile range is basically upper quartile minus the lower quartile. Okay, so you will basically subtract the upper quartile minus the lower quartile. So that will be 1 mark only, but the main thing is that finding out first the quartile number 1, that is Q1. Okay, so let's work out quartile number 1, and we have page here. So we did till part D, so part E starts here. So how do you use the interpolation? So we are finding, sir, quartile number 1. Okay, students, so we are finding quartile number 1. Students need to understand that, sir, you will make a line. Okay, you need to understand first that first you will try to get the value. Okay, so quartile 1 value will be that it's the 25% of the data, or 1/4. So 25% of the data. We have total 100 people. Okay, we have total 100 people as mentioned start of the question, and we have done other parts as well. So total 100 people are there. So 25% into 100 is basically 25 people. So we got a estimate that it's the 25th value. Okay, it's the 25th value, that is we got an estimate. So you need to understand that where you will get the 25th value. So here I do put the cumulative frequency first. You will put the cumulative frequency for this, so this will be 10, but then when you add this will become 26. Okay students, so which means 10 plus 16 will become 26, which indicates students that sir, our lower quartile will be between this. Okay, we'll have to find the lower quartile from somewhat here. Okay students, so that's what we are going to look for. Okay, so hope everyone is getting it. That's what we are going to look for. So now how do you get the, using the interpolation, how do you get it? So you write down that q1 is this. In the top you write down the x limits, that are basically the class width limits. Okay, and in the denominator you write down the value that you need. So you need 25. Okay, so it will be q1 and 25, the value you need 25 and q1. So these are the x values at the top, that is the t minutes values, and below is the frequency value. So you will say that what is the first value, starting value is 10 and ending value is 14. So you are going to write down these values 10 and 14. Okay, I'll give another concept later as well students, but q1 is this, 10 and 14 are there. At 10 you will write what is the frequency, previous cumulative frequency, that was 10. So previous cumulative frequency is 10 as well. Okay students, and the ending cumulative frequency is 26. So you will write down the frequency, cumulative frequency total y as there. Okay, so that is how you are going to do this students. And now make the variable. So q1 minus 10 is going to be divided by 14 minus 10, the change in x variables, is equals to 25 minus 10 divided by 26 minus 10, the change in the y variables. Okay students, so that is the formula. How you do it, on one side you'll put q1 minus the 10 divided by 14 minus 10. On the other side you will put 25 minus 10 divided by the cumulative frequency of the previous minus the old one. Okay, so that is what are the x and y limits. Now you solve it. So it's going to be sir q1 minus 10, that is going to be 14 minus 10 is 4, 25 minus 10 is 15, 26 minus 10 is 16. So here we go, q1 is going to be 15 times 4, 16 times 4, 15 upon 16 times 4. So 4 ones are and 4 fours are, cancel it out. So q1 is basically 10 plus 15 upon 4. So students, the quartile number 1 will be sir 15 upon 10 plus 15 upon 4, that is coming as 13.75. That is absolutely correct as well, because it's coming very close to 14, and that was our target as well. Okay students, so it's coming exactly close. So 13.75 is the lower quartile. So here we go sir, we can give the answer for interquartile range, as the answer will be q3 minus q1. So we have been given q3 as 23, so 23 minus 13.75, it's going to be the answer. Okay, 23 minus 13.75, so we got it as 9.25 as the interquartile range, which also ends our question number 1. One important concept that students should also know, okay, and you can do both ways, the examiner will make it correct. I didn't do it, but you can do it that way as well. Students need to understand that because this is a continuous data, your answers will be just slightly fluctuating, but they will be accepted by the examiner as mentioned in the marking scheme, and as from teacher's perspective they will be correct. Okay, so you need to understand that time is continuous. What you could have done as well is make them continuous. These are not continuous. Okay, so you could have make them 0.5 previously and 0.5 move forward. Okay, that was also possible there, but at the moment the data is continuous, so we don't have to worry about this. Okay students, we don't have to worry about the data continuity because it's all continuous. It stops at 10 minutes, so it's starting from 10 minutes as well. Okay, but if you want to do it, 0.5 can be done there as well. So this is question number 1 in a nutshell. Okay students, moving forward students, question number 2 of the recent WST01 January 2023 statistics paper talks about the question probability, and we are going to discuss how are we going to solve the whole probability question. It's a question of 5, 7, 10 marks question. Okay, based on the chapter of probability. So make sure first the concepts should be strong and you will get this topic very carefully. The information is important to understand. They are saying that two bags are there, that is X and Y, each contain green marbles and blue marbles only. So there are two bags X and Y containing green marbles and blue marbles. Then you need to understand that bag X contains 5 green marbles and 4 blue marbles. Okay, and it's mentioned here that the first marble from bag X, so bag X is basically having 5 green marbles and 4 blue marbles, sir. So that is there, 5 upon 9 and 4 upon 9 the probability. Bag Y contains, sir, 6 green marbles and 5 blue marbles. So this is the information given, and we have written as well, we know this. It says, the next part says, students, a marble is selected at random from bag X and placed in bag Y. Okay, so marble is being selected at random from bag X and it is being placed in bag Y. A second marble is then selected from bag X again and placed in bag Y, and then a third marble is then selected, this time from bag Y. Okay, so it's basically 3 marbles working. First marble is selected from bag X, sir. Second marble is also selected from bag X, and the third marble is selected from bag Y, sir. And the first part for 3 marks is, sir, that using this information we have to complete the T diagram that is shown on page number 7. That is this page, students. Okay, so let's get started first. So let's talk about, we have, in this way we are going to start with the thing that bag X. So if we are taking the first marble from bag X and putting it in bag Y, understand this, we are taking a marble from bag X and placing in bag Y, which means one marble will increase. Okay, one marble will increase in bag Y. So now, and then a second marble you are also taking from bag X and putting in bag Y. So you need to understand what will be this. If you are taking the first marble green, second marble as well green, and the third marble is green, but that is from bag Y, you need to understand that previously at the start of the question, bag Y have 11 marbles. Okay, sir. The diagram is important. If you understand the diagram very carefully, you will understand the whole question. Okay, so at the moment in the starting period, bag Y already have 11 marbles in total, but now because we are putting marble from bag X to bag Y and then again bag X to bag Y, so students need to understand that, sir, 2 marbles are being added, so denominator will 100% be 13. Okay, because now you are going to select the marble from bag Y, and bag Y will now have 2 extra marbles. Doesn't matter what the marble is. It doesn't matter, students, whether it's the green marble or blue marble. It is the 2 marbles being added from bag X, 1 marble and then the second marble being added. So it will be total 13 marbles that will be there in the bag Y. Okay, so what will be the numerator coming? As we know, this total will always adds up to 1. Make sure, students, this is the trick and tip as well. This total, this branch will always adds up to 1. So if you have taken the first one green and the second one green, which means 2 green marbles are added into bag Y. I'll write it down here as well. 2 green marbles, sir. This means that 2 green marbles are added in bag Y. Okay, so that is very important to understand. If students got this, it's very simple to understand. If the third marble is also green, already you have 6 green marbles, 2 more added, so it will be, sir, 8 green marbles now. Okay, so when you are selecting the third marble from bag Y, students, it will be 8 marbles that will be there, because, sir, already you have 2 marbles are adding on it. Okay, so both these 2 marbles we are selecting green, they are going into the bag Y, and already bag Y have already itself, the original bag Y have 6 green marbles. You are adding 2 more green marbles, sir, so it will be 8 upon 13, and if you subtract it from 1, that will be 5 upon 13. And you can directly get it as well that, sir, there was blue marbles 5 at the start of the game. You can say this is a game being played. So bag Y already have 5 marbles at start, so it's still no blue marbles taken, so still 5 over 13, 5 marbles are there to pick out any one. That will be 5 over 13, students. Okay, next one we'll talk about this one. So this one is also not difficult and not tricky. If you got the one, students need to understand that if you get the T diagram question part A wrong, your answers will be affected for the other parts as well. And the trick to solve these questions are basically to understand that, sir, this will add up to 1. Each branch is going to adds up to 1 because the total probability is 1. So make sure all the T diagram parts are solved correctly so that you can get full marks for part B, C, and D. So again, coming back, it was the green marble from the first bag, then blue marble from the second bag. So if you are selecting the third marble from bag Y, you need to understand that bag X marble is being put into bag Y marble, which will indicate that it was already 6 green marbles existed in bag Y. Now you are adding plus 1 marble in it, that is this one marble coming in. So it will be, sir, 7 upon 13 for this one, okay? So it will be, sir, 7 upon 13 for the green third marble that is being taken from the bag Y, and definitely the other one will be 6 over 13, and you can judge it directly as well by saying that, sir, there was already existing 5 blue marbles and you are just placing one more blue marble because you are taking green and blue, so one blue marble adding up, so 5 plus 1 is 6 over 13. Coming to the other part of the diagram, hope everyone is getting it. If any questions are there, any confusion, you can ask in the comment section. So blue marbles are 4 over 9. So if you are selecting another blue marble, very simple, if you are selecting another blue marble from the bag X, okay, so it will be 3 upon 8, right? And first marble will be selected from the bag X, that will be 5 over 8 for the green, okay? So it will be 3 upon 8 because 1 subtracted from the 4. There were 4 blue marbles at the start. If you are taking another blue marble from the same bag, that is bag X, students, it will be 3 upon 8 and that will become 5 over 8, that is 1 minus that, okay? And this one is already completed and we can understand this as well. Let's just give me a complete understanding. The first marble blue, the second marble blue, both of them taken out from bag X. So bag X have 4 blue marbles, 2 of them are taken out and putting in there. So bag Y, which has already 5 blue marbles, will now have 7 blue marbles, sir, because 2 marbles are being coming from bag X and being put into bag Y. So 7 upon 13, that is why that is written, and 6 over 13, that obviously makes sense as well, okay? So let's talk about these two are left, sir. So if we have the first one blue and the second one green, so if we are taking the third bag as bag Y, the third marble from bag Y as green, so it will be adding just one more marble in it, so it will be 6 plus 7, again 6 plus 1 7, so that will be, sir, 7 upon 13 marbles, and the total will remain the same, okay? So it will be 7 upon 13 and 6 over 13 here as well, okay? Let me explain again that first marble was blue from bag X, second marble was green from bag X. Now if you are choosing bag Y, the third marble, so green already were 6, but you have already added one marble from bag X to bag Y, so that is why it will be 6 plus 1 7 over 13 marbles, because bag Y already have 11 marbles and total marbles are now 13, students, because 2 marbles are being added. So you need to understand that in the third column, or that is the third branch, the third marble that you are going to select, you will every denominator will be 13 because 2 marbles are being added from bag X, okay, students? I'll repeat, 2 marbles are being added from bag X, sir, so that will be denominator 13, and then here 6 over 13 makes sense as well because, sir, the first one was blue, so which means that it will be 5 already blue, so one more added, so 6 over 13, that was the blue, okay? So hope everyone got part A, how we are going to solve. We have spent a lot of time on part A to make sure students get this. Now part B says when you have done the T diagram correctly, then it will not be difficult. Find the probability that the 2 marbles that are selected from bag X are of different colors. So not a problem to do this. We have to tell the examiner that 2 marbles that are selected from bag X are of different colors. So it will be bag X, one green and then blue, sir, or blue and green, sir, okay? So these will be the answers, sir, for part B. So let me write down the answer for part B here. Sir, part B answer is green. First make sure write down the examiner, green, blue, plus blue and green. So 2 different colors should be there. So it will be, sir, 5 upon 9 into 4 upon 8 plus 4 upon 9 into 5 upon 8, okay? So let's do the calculator here. So 5 4s is 20, 20 upon 9 8s are 72, so it will be 5 upon 18 into 2, so I'm getting it as 5 over 9 as the final answer for part B, okay, students? So part B gives me the answer as 5 over 9, the probability that the 2 marbles are selected from bag X and they are of different colors, okay? Let's talk about part C as well now. So part C is basically, as I said, it's just that the first part, the T diagram is very important. If you get it correct, remaining parts will free marks, okay? So find the probability that all three marbles selected are of the same color. So let's do part C here by saying that, sir, all three marbles selected are of the same color. It means that it will be, I'll remove these points, okay, students? So it will be, sir, all three green or all three blue, okay? That's the case. So green and then green and then green, that's the case. Or it can be, sir, blue. All three marbles are of the same color. So these are the only two possibilities, okay? So that's what you're going to write and your answer will be coming correct. So make sure first write it down that it can be green, green and green plus blue, blue and blue, okay? So let's just solve this and tell the examiner the correct answer. So it's going to be, sir, green into green into green. So 5/9 into 4/8. So 5/9 into 4/8 into the last one was 8/13. So that is the green one. And blue will be 4/9 into 3/8. 4/9. Just have to take the values from the T diagram. 4/9, 3 into 8 and 7/13, okay? So here we go, students. That is also done. Make sure solve it and get the correct answer, okay? 5/9 into 4/8 into 8/13. So that is basically 5/27 plus 4/9 into 3/8 into 7/13. That is 7/78, sir. And if you need the final answer, that will be, sir, coming as 193. 4/9 into 3 and 7/13. That is coming at 0.61/234. Okay, so let's check if there's any calculation error or there any problem. 5/9 into 4/8. Just let me check the calculation error if there's any calculation error. So I'm getting this one as 5 into 9, 4/8 into 8/13 as 20 over, sorry, there's a calculation error, 20/117. I'm getting this one plus this one will be 4/9 into 3/8 into 7/13, okay? That is basically 7/78. So here we go, 20/117 plus 7/178. So 61/234, that's the correct answer, matching with the marking scheme as well. 61/234 is the final answer, okay, students? For part C, just a calculation error. Make sure you check the calculations, okay, as human mistakes are possible, okay? So we got 61/234 as the answer for part C as well, and part B is completely correct. That is 5/8. I've checked that arithmetically and calculator through as well. Moving forward, students, part number D, that is for 3 marks of question number 2 of the recent paper. You need to understand they are saying that given that, okay? Always remember, students, part D, I'm doing it here as well, that, sir, whenever the word of given that is there, it is conditional probability, okay? It is conditional probability. Whenever you read the word of given that, it's going to be, sir, conditional probability. So given that all 3 marbles selected are the same color, you have to find the probability that they are all green, okay? So you need to understand that you have to find the probability that all are green, okay? All green, given that we have to find the probability that all are green given that all of them are of same color, okay? So you need to understand that denominator will help you make the numerator as well. So let's do it here, students, okay? So you will find that you will tell that what is the probability of all green colors at the top, okay? So what is the probability of all green colors at the top? And in the denominator you are going to tell probability of the same color, that probability that all 3 marbles are same color. So that is how it's going to work it out, students, okay? That's what they're asking for, that the denominator will make the numerator. So if you look at part C, you have already got that find the probability that all 3 marbles selected are of the same color. So the denominator is already there for you. That denominator is, sir, 61/234, okay? Denominator is 61/234. That is already given to you 61 upon 234 because of the probability of same color, which also means I'll put a star here, which also means the same as this thing. This whole thing, that is the black, that is all three green and all three blue. But in the numerator you are just going to put, sir, the green marbles, that is 5/9, and that is basically 20/117. So I've already done the working. That was the reason of doing the working in the previous part. So 20/117 is already the working there. So only the green part you are going to put, and that is why you are going to divide and get the final answer, students. Conditional probability means, and the hint is that the hint for solving this, or the trick, is basically whatever is written, find the probability. Wherever it's written, then find the probability. That is going to come in the numerator, and whatever is written after given that will come in the denominator. So this will come in denominator given that all three marbles selected are same color, and find the probability that they are all green will come in numerator. So 20 divided by 117 divided by 61 upon 234, just put in calculator, and you are going to get, sir, 40/61 as the official answer. You can write in decimal as well, but better to give it in a fraction form, in its simplest form. So we got it as 40/61, sir, and that is how you solve conditional probability. Question number 2 is also done, students. Make sure any questions can be asked, any problems related to this can be asked in the comments section. Okay, students, so question number 3 of this January 2023 statistics paper of Edexcel is based on the discrete random variable chapter, in which we have been given the information of the probability distribution, and we have to find mean and variance and a couple of other parts. Okay, so let's get started with discrete random variable question of question number 3, in which for the first 2 marks for part A you have to find in terms of A the mean of X. Okay, so mean of X is not a problem. Okay, it's a very simple formula in which you multiply the X value with the probabilities and add them, summation them. Okay, so it will be, sir, part A for this one will be easy by saying that it will be the summation of X will be the summation of the probability, the multiplication of X into the probability of X, and then you add all of them. Okay, so multiply X with the probabilities and then add all of them. Okay, so here we go, sir. It will be 2 times of A plus 3 times of 0.4 plus 4 times of 0.6 minus A, and that will be your mean in terms of A, students. Okay, so let's just move forward a bit. It will be the mean of in terms of A. So if let's use the calculator, it will be 2A plus 3 into times 0.4 will be, sir, 1.2, and then 4 into 0.6 will be 2.4, and minus 4 times A will be minus 4A. So when you simplify, you will get the final answer as well, sir. 1.2 plus 2.4, that is 3.6, and 2A minus 4A will be 3.6 minus 2A. So that's how you're going to get the marks for part A, students. That is basically find the mean of discrete random variable. It's very simple tactic that you will have to just multiply 2 with A, 3 times 0.4. Now moving forward, this part is done, part A is done. You got the answer, it's correct with the official marking scheme as well. Moving forward, we need to understand that part B, what talks about part B is basically how you're going to solve part B for 3 marks, and then the 6 marks part, that is the huge marks. So B part is that you have to find the range of possible values of mean, that where does the mean lie, what values can mean take up. So for this thing, first we will need to understand some basic understanding to get the mean possible values. Okay, so first thing, that what values can A take. If you understand and if you know the basic procedure, the all probabilities adds up to 1. So if I add the probabilities A plus 0.4 plus 0.6 minus A, if I add these probabilities, it is eventually coming out as 1. Okay, as we can see that A minus A will cancel out, and 0.4 plus 0.6 is 1 equals to 1. So that is first thing is clear from here, that this is complete question of all the values are given. There is no previous values or afterwards values, which what I mean by this is that there is no x is equals to 1 value or x is equals to 5 value. All the values are complete and the total probability adds up to 1. So we already understand that. Therefore, students, we need to understand that a value cannot be negative because a is a probability value, which means that a value will be greater than 0, okay, and it will be less than 0.6, okay. So you need to understand, you are going to say first that a values will lie between 0 and 0.6. I'll explain you once more again, because the equation is perfectly balancing one by one. So you need to understand that the probability cannot be negative. We already know that that's a universal rule. So a cannot be negative, which means a will be greater than 0, okay, something 0.1. And because this is 0.6 minus a, you need to understand that 0.6 minus a means that a value will less than 0.6, because if the a value, sir, is greater than 0.6, let's say that a value is 0.7 or 0.8, it will come as a negative probability, right? And negative probability is not possible in discrete random variable, or in any case in any universal law, probability cannot be negative, right, students? So we need to understand that a value cannot be greater than 0.6. It will be something 0.5, 0.4, 0.3, 0.2, and a will be definitely greater than 0, because a is not possible to be less than negative. So we understand that we get this thing first, that a will lies between 0 and 0.6. So now these are the values, that is the minimum value and the maximum value to get the mean, okay? Because we understand that this is the minimum value and the maximum value, so what we can do is that the minimum value will be 0 point something and maximum value will be something 0.6 less. So we can say that for the mean values, you can just plug in the value here, that 3.6, because this is the mean function, right, students? So you can say that, sir, follow in the purple color, 3.6 minus 2 times of 0. So it will be 3.6, and 3.6 minus 2 times of 0.6, that is going to give me, students, the value as 2.4. So here we go, we got the range for the mean, sir, that the mean will be lying between 2.4 is less than, the mean is between 2.4 to 3.6, and it will not include equals to sign, because mean will be greater than 2.4, as you are not going to take the value of 0.6, neither you can take the value of 0. It will be the value between them. So it will be 2.4 to 3.6, the mean will have the value, okay? So this is how you will do the second part, that is part B, students. Hope everyone get it. First, you need to understand that what values can a take, the value of a can take which values, and between those values the maximum minimum value of the range of possible values of the mean can be taken out. The third part of this question is for 6 marks, that's the huge marks. In that part they are saying that given that if the variance is 0.56, you have to find the possible values of a. So it's not a difficult question, it's just you have to apply the variance formula properly and solve it to get the possible values of a. Maybe you'll have to solve it in the quadratic equation form. So let's talk about that. How do you do it? So let's do it on a separate page, okay? So part C starts from here. Answer, we have to find the variance of x. So you need to understand that, sir, variance of x is summation of, first you need to understand the formula, students, summation of x square into the probability of x. Now what you do is you square the x values and you multiply the, you will square the x values and you'll multiply the probabilities and then add all of them and minus the mean square, okay? So you subtract the mean square, okay? So let's use the word of mean, that is summation ex, and you are going to square that, okay? So you subtract the mean square, okay? So let's talk about this, how we are going to get it, okay? So we already know that, sir, variance is 0.56. They are telling us the answer, that variance is 0.56. Now first thing will be this, x square into probability, so it will be, sir, 2 square into a, so it will be 4 times a, okay? I'll do it directly. It will be 2 square, 3 square and 4 square, okay? So 3 square will be 9 and 9 times 0.4 will be 3.6, okay? So 4a plus 3.6 Hope students are getting it. What I'm doing here is I'm just multiplying, okay, 2 square, that is 4 times a, 3 square, 9 times 0.4, okay, and then you have 4 square. Let's just write down the whole of this. 4 square is 16 times 0.6 minus a. To avoid mistake, we can write this complete first time, and minus the mean square. So mean is what? So mean is 3.6 minus 2a, okay. So mean is basically from the part a, you can say that mean is 3.6 minus 2a square, okay. So that is done. Let's quickly solve this. 16 times 0.6 is 9.6. So if I simplify this, 4a plus 3.6, 16 times 0.6 will be 9.6 minus 16a, and this one is still inside the bracket, sir, because we have to expand this, okay. Let's finalize this thing as well. This is going to be 0.56 is equals to 3.6 plus 9.6, students. That is going to come as 13.2, and 13.2 minus 4a minus 6a will be minus 12a. I'll show you the highlighter how it is coming, sir. So 4a minus 16a is minus 12a, okay, and 3.6, this one as well, 3.6 plus 9.6 is basically, let's double check, 3.6 plus 9.6 is 13.2. That is also correct, sir. And now you expand this, okay. So when I'm going to expand this, it's going to be, sir, you can do it a separate working here, that is 3.6 minus 2 times a into 3.6 minus 2 times of a. So it's going to be 3.6 square, that is 12.96, and 3.6 times 2, that is minus 7.2, and minus 7.2, sir, that will make it minus 14.4a, sir, and minus 2a into minus 2a will become 4a square. So definitely, as I mentioned, that they are asking you possible values of a, which means you should have an indication already that it will be a quadratic equation to be solved in that form. So here we go. Now simplify and solve further. So it will be 0.56 is equals to 13.2 minus 12a minus 12.96, minus minus will become plus 14.4a positive, and minus 4a square. Again, you are going to simplify, sir. So you can say that 13.2, or let's bring 13.2 up plus 13.2 minus 12.96 you will do, sir. So let's do that first, students. 13.2 minus 12.96. Make sure each step show to the examiner properly. 0.56 is still there. This will become 0.24, 13.2 minus 12.96, and minus 12 plus 14.4, that gives me also plus 2.4a here, and I got it minus 4a square there, okay, students. We are going to simplify it further, students, by bringing everything to the left hand side, okay. So it's going to be minus 4a square, we'll bring it here, and then minus 2.4a, and similarly, sir, 0.56 minus 0.24 is equals to 0. So eventually you'll get the quadratic equation, students, that is 4a square minus 2.4a and plus 0.56 minus 0.24, that gives us positive 0.32, okay. So these are the values that I am getting, and now you can apply the quadratic equation for the examiner to show that what is the answer going to come. So a is equals to minus b plus minus the b square minus 4 times a times c divided by 2 times of a, that is 2 4s is 8, okay. So just simplify and solve this, okay, in your calculator, and tell the examiner the answer. So it will be 2.4. I'll just simplify this in the calculator and give the final answer. So 2.4 square and minus, it will be 4 times 4 times 0.32. So I'm going to get it as 0.64. So 2.4 plus minus 0.64 divided by 8, sir, and here we go. So one answer will be 2.4 plus square root of 0.64. Hope the answer matches with the marking scheme, although we have done the correct formula and everything. So divided by 8, yeah. So a value is coming, 1 as coming 2.2 upon 5, or you can write it as 0.4 as well, students. As we discussed that a will come between those range. So one answer is this, sir, and the other answer is, sir, a is equals to 2.4 minus square root of 0.64 divided by 8. So it's going to be a is equals to 2.4 minus square root 0.64 and divided by 8. So I'm getting it as 1 upon 5, also called 0.2. So these are the values that are possible, and both of them are acceptable because a value will definitely be coming, students, between 0 and 6. So make sure don't reject any value, as both of them will be correct. Okay, so that's how you done the discrete random variable question of the recent paper, question 3. Okay, stay tuned for more question solving on this recent paper.